Aguazul's founding was the result of a private expedition, granted by the Royal Court of Santa Fe to Pedro Daza Mejia, a resident of the city of Tunja, a descendant of the conquerors who accompanied Gonzalo Jimenez de Quesada to enter the mainland. In 1585, they started from the city of Tunja and descended the mountain range to arrive at the plains through the place where the Cusiana River breaks the plain, a geographical point today known as the Alto de las Farallones. Applying the laws instituted by the crown in new lands, he founded two cities, the first cities erected in the plains of Casanare. The first of them he titled Medina de las Torres in 1585. He then advanced northeast, where he founded the city of Santiago de las Atalayas, near the river called Aguamena, today Rio Chiquito, on September 29, 1588. His primary objective was to build a city to watch over the riches of El Dorado. With designs from the crown, Mejia created a compact, homogeneous city. The city was located in a province inhabited by natives of Achagua and Cusiana origin, who from the beginning presented great resistance to this experiment of gradually incorporating them into the process of cultural miscegenation. The first manifestations of culture shock in the life of the city were the death of its founder and the first destruction of the city. Later, the crown created missions in the Llanos and designated the city as an evangelizing vanguard. Of the main religious orders with ties to the capital were the Jesuit fathers of the Augustinian Recollect Fathers, who arrived in 1662. The scope of these orders in the Llano lands was of great importance thanks to the efficient and profitable administration based on the establishment of large cattle ranches, which were the driving force of evangelizing companies and therefore funded the maintenance of the innumerable parishes and doctrines that they had founded and ran. Haciendas, which were like farms or estates, such as Caribabare, Tocaria, Cravo, Shiga, and Apié, were famous. The development of livestock was amazing, creating true commercial centers and networks. Aguazul's success led the colonial government to found alternative cities with legal administrative dependence on its capital. These alternate cities were accompanied by the entire founding process of a city in the 16th century, except that they had regional governments. The most important cities were San Jose de Pore, San Jose de Cravo, Santa Rosa de Chire, and Santa Barbara de Cravo. Next to these Hispanic populations was the network of towns and parishes of the missionaries based in the province. During the colonial era, the province of Casanare experienced flourishing development. But later, the province entered a vertiginous decline that manifested itself in the virulent crisis brought about by the Spanish colonial system. Then came the pre- and post-emancipatory periods and disaster for the region, remaining in oblivion, backwardness, and decline in republican life. The native inhabitants and settlers who left Santiago de las Atalayas undertook the path following the course of the Unete River and founded a new hamlet as the municipal seat, which they called San Miguel de Zapatosa, today Monterralo. Its greatest peak was reached in 1920. Some continued their work on this site and others emigrated to Sevilla, but Zapatosa continued with the importance of municipal seat. The neighbors who left Zapatosa settled in the elevated part of the Unete River, in the district of Sevilla, where little by little other rudimentary constructions appeared. Thus, they definitely abandoned Zapatosa and gave life to the new town, which was called Sevilla. With the violence experienced in 1948, many did not want to return to Sevilla, where only ashes remained. Others had already settled on the site of Sural and Aguazul, where the Cusiana Highway already reached. The destruction of Seville prompted the settlement of Aguazul by people from there and from other parts of the region and the country. According to historians, the name of Aguazul is due to the fact that the Unete River presented a large blue well, where all ages gathered for recreation, laundry, fishing, and to collect water in cans, pumpkins, pots, etc. for human and animal consumption, and to water their crops. In 1954, municipal life was given, along with its designation of Aguazul. Later, another liquid brought life to Aguazul, as it was discovered that the region possessed large quantities of oil, so much so that Casanare, the province, became the biggest oil-producing region of Colombia. It began like any other town, first Zapatosa, up on the hill, then Sevilla, then Agua Clara, perhaps the first name of today's Aguazul, and lately Aguazul. The same went for the beautiful capital of Casanare. First it was Marroquin, and today it is Yopal. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, I have quite a few more videos of the adventures that I had in my month that I've spent in Yopal, exploring the nature around the city. I got to do hikes to viewpoints, waterfalls, to the plains east of the city, as well as an adventure following the Rio Cravo River, the most important river for the city in this part of Colombia. I also have a video, a full tour in history of the city of Yopal, as well as some other videos of the neighboring towns and cities such as Aguazul, Toramena, and Monterrey. And all of those videos can be found in the playlist that is linked in the description below this video. And in that description, you can also find a link to another playlist that I made of the first time that I traveled through Colombia. This was on a bicycle, part of a larger trip bicycling through Latin America. And I have playlists for all those countries that I bicycled through Latin America, Eastern Africa, Central and Eastern Europe, etc., all available on this very same YouTube channel, Hum of the Earth. Alternatively, if you'd like to see an interactive map of everywhere that I went and everything that I got to see and do, I have that map available over at my website, followthehumoftheearth.com. Where you can click on the different locations on the map and see the various videos and blog posts that I made of these places. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures through Colombia and beyond, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button below the video and clicking on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. Alright, so that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoy.